Sophie Cunningham breaks down key trait Caitlin Clark shares with LeBron James. The Indiana Fever and WNBA fans writ large cannot wait to see Caitlin Clark return to the court in 2026. Though the league's intense collective bargaining negotiations with the players' union are center stage at the moment, and could even lead to a work stoppage, Clark's return after an injury-racked sophomore season could be what the Fever need to reach the WNBA Finals. After all, Indiana came up one game short in 2025, losing to the eventual champion Las Vegas Aces in a 5-game semifinal series. Fever guard Sophie Cunningham has openly discussed the possibility of a work stoppage, which would dull the WNBA's momentum amid its exponential growth, much of it attributed to Clark, the first overall pick in the 2024 draft and a 2-time All-Star already. Even though Clark played only 13 games during the 2025 season, Cunningham acknowledged an assertion made by her podcast co-host Wes Wilson that Clark is the Fever's own LeBron James. Those types of athletes, they get to come into an organization, they have the green light and they can do whatever they want, Cunningham said Tuesday on Show Me Something. That is very rare, to get drafted and be able to control the whole system. When James joined the Cavaliers as the top pick of the 2003 NBA draft, Cleveland's emergence as a juggernaut soon followed. James led the Cavs to the NBA Finals in 2007, as well as consecutive 60-win seasons between 2008 and 2010 before he joined the Miami Heat in free agency. Of course, James returned to Cleveland in 2014 and led the franchise to 4 consecutive Finals appearances, with a historic victory in 2016. Unfortunately for Clark, she could not control much of the Fever offense from her seat on the sideline as she nursed groin and ankle injuries from July on. But come 2026, the 23-year-old will have the keys to the car again, and a chance to demonstrate that she will have a once-in-a-lifetime, LeBron-esque impact on the WNBA. When you have a generational talent like that, she should have a lot to say regarding the system, Cunningham said. In the swirling world of professional basketball, comparisons are inevitable. The moment a player begins to display transcendent talent, they're measured against legends, those who've defined eras and transformed the game itself. For Caitlin Clark, the Indiana Fever rookie sensation, that measuring stick is none other than LeBron James. And when outspoken teammate Sophie Cunningham steps forward to dissect why Clark reminds her of the NBA icon, the basketball world listens. Because this isn't just about stats. It's about mentality, leadership, command. It's about greatness, and the way it manifests, unmistakably, in certain people from the moment they touch the court. The first spark, Cunningham's revelation. When Sophie Cunningham sat down for a podcast interview late in the off-season, the host expected typical locker room banter, some playful trash talk, a few insights about training camp, and the usual optimism heading into the next WNBA season. But what came instead was a thoughtful, layered analysis that turned heads across both leagues. "You know what's crazy?" Cunningham said, leaning forward, her trademark confidence cutting through her relaxed tone. Caitlin's got that same switch LeBron has. That, "I'm taking this over now," energy. You can see it in her eyes before it even happens. Her co-host chuckled. "You mean confidence?" "No," Sophie corrected sharply. "Confidence is what everyone thinks they have. This is something different. It's command." That single word, command, hung in the air. Because when you look at both Caitlin Clark and LeBron James, that's the thread that connects them across generations, genders, and leagues. They don't just play the game. They bend it around their will. The parallels begin: vision, IQ, and court control. From the first day Clark stepped into the WNBA, she carried an aura that transcended rookie status. Her passing wasn't just accurate, it was prophetic. Teammates often said she saw lanes opening before they did. It was déjà vu for anyone who'd followed LeBron's early career. Cunningham, who's guarded elite guards across the WNBA, was stunned by Clark's basketball intellect. "She's not out there just chucking shots or running plays," Sophie explained. "She's processing every possession like a chess player. She's reading the defense, reading us, and then manipulating things so she can strike at the right time. That's pure LeBron. For LeBron, the gift has always been vision. the kind that turns an entire defense into open space. For Clark, it's the same. Whether she's threading a no-look pass between two defenders or pulling up from the logo to punish a sagging defense, her decision-making forces opponents to pick their poison. And like LeBron, she does it while maintaining a calm, unshakable demeanor. It's not arrogance, it's awareness. They both know what's about to happen before anyone else does. Cunningham's perspective, leadership beyond words. Sophie Cunningham is no stranger to intensity. Known for her grit, physicality, and fearless presence, she thrives in emotional, high-pressure environments. Yet, when describing Caitlin Clark's leadership, she speaks with rare admiration. She doesn't scream or showboat, Sophie said. But when she's in the huddle and she looks you dead in the eye and says, "We're not losing this one," you believe her. Not because she's loud, but because she's certain. That certainty, what Cunningham calls magnetic authority, is another LeBron-like quality. When LeBron entered the NBA at 18, teammates nearly a decade older found themselves deferring to him not out of obligation, but instinct. The same dynamic now unfolds in Indiana, where Clark, just months into her rookie season, has naturally become the emotional compass of the Fever. Even veterans like Kelsey Mitchell, a proven scorer and leader in her own right, have acknowledged the gravity Clark brings. The locker room rallies around her not because she demands it, but because she draws it. She's already the voice we listen to, Sophie added. And that's rare for a rookie. That's something I've only ever seen in LeBron, someone who leads by gravity. The pressure cooker, living under the spotlight. Cunningham didn't shy away from one of the biggest parallels of all, the relentless, microscopic scrutiny that both Clark and LeBron have faced since their teenage years. LeBron had cameras in his face when he was 16, she said. Caitlin's been living in that same kind of bubble since Iowa. Every move, every game, every shot, people pick it apart like it's world news. That's not normal. That's not easy. Caitlin Clark's college career was more than just impressive, it was historic. Sold-out arenas. Record-breaking viewership. A media frenzy that made her name synonymous with women's basketball. And now, in the WNBA, that attention hasn't slowed, it's amplified. LeBron once said, "Pressure is a privilege." Caitlin embodies that. And Cunningham sees it daily. She uses it, Sophie said. She knows people expect her to be perfect. And instead of shrinking under it, she performs with it. That's how you know she's built different. It's not just that Clark endures the noise, it's that she converts it into fuel. Every viral tweet, every hot take, every skeptical analyst, it all becomes energy on the court. That's LeBron's legacy. And now, Clark's blueprint. Game within the game. The mental edge. Sophie Cunningham went deeper still,